Maverick 100.9, Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss. And I get a little nervous when I get, the company of somebody who's just an absolute superstar in so many magnanimous ways. Mr. Joe King is with me. Hey, Joe.
How you doing, Corliss? How you doing today?
It's good. It's so good to catch up with you. And you are one of the few people that I actually got to meet in person and not on Zoom. But I got to admit, you are a very overwhelming person to be around because everybody loves you so much for so many different reasons. So before I know everybody's little clocks up here are turning and they're saying, Joe King, that name sounds familiar. Yes, it does. I know him from Oklahoma State University during my short time in Stillwater, Oklahoma. You guys probably know him from the Browns or the Buccaneers or the Raiders. You've had quite an extraordinary NFL career. Tampa Bay. I mean, yeah. But I get to enjoy him as a country singer because I don't know anything about football. So before we talk about your new single here, I got to ask her, you got to let our listeners know how that transition went for you. Because I know you retired out of the NFL. Was country music always in your background?
Well, it's gospel, music, my background mainly. And, singing at different quartet groups and things, going from church to church to church. And it's always had a love for music. And so I guess as I got older, obviously going to Stillwater, Oklahoma, it's very country.
It's all red dirt. That's a religion in itself in Stillwater, Oklahoma, is red dirt music.
Absolutely. You got an education in two-stepping and country music. That's for sure. When you wasn't getting your butt kicked out on the football field. I should add that, right?
Right. Yeah, you've taken quite a beating through, your first half of life. And so, of course, naturally, you would think, well, I'm going to, give my shot at country music and definitely put myself out there in that way. But I enjoy your music so much. So I'm really excited to chat with you about this brand new single called Drinkin Doubles. It's really, really fun. Tell us a little bit about how this song came to be.
Well, I'll tell you, we took some time off to raise my daughters and didn't want to miss any of their activities. One just graduated and one's a senior this year. But now that they're getting older, I can kind of move around a little bit. But during the COVID, right in the depths of the COVID, David and I was like, man, we should go to a studio. And so I was like, well, who are we going to go to the studio with? He says, hey, let me call the Texas Jam Band and see what they got going on. Of course, George Strait was surgery. And obviously, no one was doing anything because of COVID.
Yeah.
But we took advantage of it and we called Benny MacArthur, and Benny was free, and we scheduled the time in the studio. And man, I tell you what, it was sometimes I still can't believe it. But to have those guys come in into the studio with the songs that I basically picked out, right? And I said, Benny, I got a few songs that we can, take a look at. But the one song that I really, really liked and listened to over and over was Drinkin Doubles that they had recorded, some time ago. Cody Wilder, he, basically was the writer on it, and Benny co-written on it, and I fell in love with it. And I won't say. He says, well, nobody had the muscles to do it, so kind of blink in there between that. So
I'd be like, is that a smite on my height? What are you doing?
Yeah. So I said, well, I want to record it, and he's like, by all means, Joe, here we are today, being released to radio.
I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for a lot of things for you. But first, we got to debut it to everybody here on Maverick. This is Joe King and Drinkin Doubles. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting cannot share this music today in podcast form, but we do always urge you to find these singles, download and stream on your favorite services, or of course on Maverick 100.9. And today's interview continues now. You just heard it first on Maverick 100.9, the Joe King Drinkin Doubles. Yes, he is a large man with an even larger personality. Of course, former football player, college football or NFL and college. You're just extraordinary in so many ways. And now you've released, you're on your second radio single now with Texas Country Radio. And we were talking earlier, your daughters, you had to take a lot of time out for fatherhood and not missing anything. And you actually raised your girls right here in Texas, didn't you?
I did, right here in Fort Worth. Fossil Ridge High School.
What are you going to do with all the spare time now besides play country music? Because I'm assuming quite a bit of a tour is on its way as well.
Absolutely. And having that time off, you ask me what I'm going to do. I'm picking up the guitar and writing some more songs and of course, get out there and enjoy the people. That's what you do this thing for. And it just, in so many ways, remind me of playing, in the college league and in the pros, especially when you get a chance to intermingle with the crowd, and so that's what I look forward to, and just giving them a piece of Joe King. That
is the most perfect thing. Once again, all I can do is remember back to meeting you, and you are an absolute magnet. And it's funny to meet someone that is a magnet when it's usually me. And I do it accidentally. I'm just this weird person that somebody wants to talk to. So getting to meet you and just seeing how much people love you. And I also like to see that apparently your country music listeners have transitioned from football fans to now country fans just to follow you, which has got to be just super rewarding.
And, there's a lot more people to basically, reach in that rim. But, a lot of those guys love country music. And so for them to see that I'm doing it and the first question, man, when did you start doing this? And so I'll tell you how it started. Randy Travis, was the first song that I really, really loved and learned to sing was Forever and Ever Amen. Oh. And so I went to a karaoke bar in Hermosa Beach, California when I was with the Raiders. And on my off day in the evening, I would go over to this place called the Lighthouse. And I would go, and you had many great singers getting up on that stage. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn this song and I'm going to go back and sing it. So I would go the next week and I would chicken out. I'm like, nope, I'm out. I would go the next week, I chicken out. Nope, I'm out. Finally I went up and basically sung that song. The reaction of the crowd was great and kind of boosted my confidence. Still yet I hadn't picked up a guitar and learned how to play a guitar until picked up a guitar in 2009, and that's when I kind of started putting the strumming with the singing, and which is very, very tough. I mean, it was really, really tough.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I've tried to learn my entire life. There's no way. So karaoke queen is all I will ever be. But I've always got my name on Tina Turner. If I show up at a karaoke bar, nobody can take my proud Mary from me.
There you go. There you go.
So from the NFL to the karaoke bar, straight to y'all, we've got Joe King, and you can get this brand new single, Drinkin Doubles, right now. He's got more music online you can download, stream, follow him because tours are coming, and just follow him because he's like one of the nicest humans I've ever met in my life, and I just love you so much.
JoeKingBand.com. I mean, you could, that's the Twitter. The online Twitter feed, and that's the way you can catch me. Any playing platform out there, you can find Joe King music.
There you go. You got him. And thank you, Joe, for coming to debut this new music and chat with us here on Maverick.
No, I appreciate you. Yeah, your personality is infectious as well. I guarantee you, when you were at that award show and you was walking around, I was like, David, who is that, man? I want to meet her. But you got a great personality. You do a great job, and also congratulating you on the award this year. And hopefully, again, you get up there and you're accepting another one next year as well.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.